Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, joined with hubby,
Okay.
who's not feeling too good today, trying to get sick on us. Today we are doing the Winsor Newton pigment markers. And normally these are not meant to go on wood, but I think I have found a way to make that happen. Hi, Lynette. Hey, Sheila. So, as everybody comes in, I briefly showed the marker last week, and I went ahead and printed out their color chart. There's 100 colors for them, and what I really wanted, because they claim to be lightfast, and Winsor Newton does a weird thing with their lightfast rating, so I really wanted the information in hand. And at the very bottom, hopefully, it says all lightfast colors rated A are up to 100 years. And the white blender is more than 100 years. And so if you're looking at the markers, what you're looking for is this little bitty A's. Hopefully I can get it in. There's either a double A or a single A. But based on what they're saying, that means we don't have to use UV spray. But I want to test on wood because the thing is Winsor Newton has a special marker paper in order to make these blend right, or you can also use Yupo paper. And if you've never heard of Yupo paper, it's basically a plastic paper where the pigment and color sits on top. So, hey Eve, hey Chris, hey Brent. So what I have done in order to recreate that smoothness is I have taken the other side of the birch that we used last week. I left this part, each one at the top is raw wood, and I just want to see, I know the markers are basically going to stain the wood on that, and they're not going to blend. I know that based on how these markers work. And then I used like 3 layers. In fact, you can see the line because it created a ridge where I had the tape. I did 3 heavy layers of polyacrylic spray in order to seal this wood, because what I'm trying to do, my theory is if I can seal this wood the way and have it act like Yupo paper does, then we can use these markers on wood and we don't have to worry about UV spray. Now they are water soluble, meaning they can wipe away with wood. They're not water soluble. I'm sorry, because they're ethanol alcohol. They are not waterproof. So if they get wet, they will run. And you've also got your pigment numbers that are on here. And they're all, I think, going to be more than one pigment. And so I pulled out the Yupo paper to show what they do. Let me see if I can. Oh well, we'll use this. No, we will use the purple because it should stand out well. And so they have a chisel tip and a bullet nib. And the purpose of these are so that they're light fast and they blend. So if we can get this kind of color on wood, yeah, it's just going to change everything. And see, they have a white blender and a clear blender. Now, Winsor Newton sent me the white blender pen, a black, 3 grays, and a yellow gold, which to me didn't make sense for wood burning because I wanted bright colors, but that's okay. I wouldn't paid a lot of money for more colors. But I only have 27 total. So the white acts as a blender to blend out the color, but I also want to find out if it will show up on wood all by itself. So that's what these look like on Yupo paper, and they would need to dry. The pigment sits on top. You can rework these, you can re-wet them, they can sit. And then as long as you haven't sealed, you can start over if you don't like the color and just wipe it off. So this does give us a lot of options. So I'm going to start with lemon yellow. Let's see here. I don't have these in order based on anything other than their color in the rainbow. So, and sometimes the nib comes out. Just push it in like that carefully. I just kind of dented that. So, here's what we want to look at. How is it going to perform on the wood? Wow, that's a nice color. Now, I am not seeing in any way the burning being covered. Hopefully you can see that. Hey, Jay. So now over raw wood, this is going to act just like a stain. But it's not going to blend out. And let's see here. You can also use, I wanted to try blending out on the wood as well. And so I pulled out a couple of different things like Q-tips, a paintbrush, some denatured alcohol, a paper towel. And because these are reactive, as in they will react to water, you can get some really cool effects with that as well. But I'm just gonna wet this Q-tip just a little bit and show you that it wipes up. Thing is, it might be hard to see on the yellow. So then you can lighten out. But see on, oh, look at that, even on, wow, even on the raw wood. Now the wood really soaks it up. So you'll go through the marker more. But it's good to know that it will go through, you can move it around on raw wood. I did not expect that. So you can clean up if you don't like a color. You can use a wet Q-tip and clean it up. And what I'll do is just go on to the next color and then we'll kind of play. These were all purchased open stock. I have links in the description for some sets, including a six set if you want to try these out. I do recommend buying the sets over open stock because I got less markers for about the same amount as a 36 set. I should have done that. These are also not traveling. Oh goodness, look at that. On the raw wood, they're staying put. Let's see if you can see that. They're not traveling with the grain. This is not sanded either. I did not sand it. Ooh, that's awesome. No travel. Let's see here. My blender pen is going to be dirty, and it's just a matter of wiping it off. Maybe. I'll just use this end so we can see. Oh, look at that. The white shows up. But if you notice, the white is opaque. That's good to know. But then we can use Q-tip, kind of blend it out a bit. Okay, so if you use the white over burning, it is opaque. So we'll have to keep that in mind. If you don't want your burning hidden. And then you can reactivate. Let's see here. We'll use a brush. See how that blends out. So you can blend with a brush. Alright. So This one is Yellow Gold Light. I think it was either this one or the next one. Actually, I think it's the next one that Winsor Newton sent to me. So, ooh, why is this dry? That's not good. Ah, shit. I've been good about not messing with these markers. I'm going to have to contact them on that one. I'll skip a space for it. There we go. Now see this one. This is the Yellow Gold. It is not transparent. And see, if you get these, this is a good reason to swatch out, because I would not have known until I put this down on a burning that this one is not transparent. See if you can see that. And what I did was I used the torch, and yes, I did it last night so that I could get this done quickly. I finished the bobcats and did not want to sit and burn anymore for a while. Alright. So if you wanted to use this to stain the wood around the burning, that could work. I don't know that I would use this one on a burning. And I am putting them back in order of how I have them in my thing, so that, let's see. Okay. So that one, depending on the burning, I probably wouldn't use that one. Good to know.
Lynette Duval says try the fine side of that marker to see if it's totally dry.
Okay. I will. Even the nib feels really dry. This one kind of feels dry. I need to find out if I ordered this one through Amazon, if this is the one they sent me. I'm thinking this is the one I ordered. And I have no recourse. So I think I will contact Winsor Newton and see if they will replace it for me. Alright, so this one is green gold, and it is transparent. And see if it, I think I would put even, because I spray coated this, I think I could have put even more varnish down. So I think next time I'll brush it. Let's see here. No, it's dry. Oh, wrong one. It's dry. Oh, that sucks. I'll contact them and see how they fix that. Because these have only, if I purchased this, it's only been within 2 months. And if Winsor Newton sent this one to me, which I had to look at my list, it was after May. So it should not be like that. Alright, so let's see here. This is olive green. So we can use that on burning. I mean, you can use whatever, color you want. I'm looking at it from what I would use. Let's see here. But I'm really impressed that they're not, I'm guessing because they're pigment based, not dye based. That is what allows them to stay put. Because they really are staying put. They're not traveling like you would normally have. Alrighty. Let's see here. This one, I can't pronounce this. That's that one. I can't pronounce it. Not even gonna try. Not gonna try. Let's see. I'm gonna turn this sideways and keep my hand out because this is gonna dry quicker than it would on Yupa paper, but Still don't want to stick my hand in it. This is a lighter color in general, so, but one that can be used. I think it's going to be more of the earth pigments that are going to, I just do this way. See, it really sucks up the marker. I'm going to be careful with that. And since I'm not writing down anything right now, I'm trying to keep them in order of how I've got them laid out. So I can just go back and put them away. This one is Emerald. So far, based on what I'm seeing, I'm going to be using these. Alright, Emerald is only semi-transparent. So I don't know that I would use this one.
What's the base on these? Are these alcohol based?
Yes, these are alcohol based. They're not strong smelling, and I tend to be very sensitive. Nope. I mean, you can tell they're alcohol markers, but they are not strong.
Are they reactivatable?
Yes. They've got a clear blender, the white blender, and water, and I also pulled out some denatured alcohol. I'm gonna swatch these out real quick, and then we're gonna kind of play a little bit because I don't have a whole lot of these, so it's not gonna. This is Phthalo Teal Light. It's not gonna take me very long to get these down.
Are the markers refillable?
No.
Okay.
That they are open stock, but they are not refillable. Some of these I got as add-ons on Amazon, so spent $2 or $3 on them. But you can get them open stock, but they are not refillable. And they are expensive. I will absolutely admit they're not cheap. The set of right now, the link that I have on my Amazon influencers page, it is $94 for 36.
Wow.
But I believe it was Lynette who was asking me about the chart pack markers, and for a 25 set of a couple of those that I had reviewed in the past, one of those was $97. So you actually got more markers that were light fast with these than the chart pack. So the last color is a yes. Please let this be a yes. This is one of the colors. This is Petrol Blue. What I try to do is pick colors that I thought I would use. Say if I'm doing, I thought about the hummingbird and flowers. I would say if you want to stay in a small area, go for it, but I would not use these on a large area. Like, it just costs too much for that. So this one is Petrol Blue, and it is transparent. I would use it.
I need to see what moves.
I closed the back door because Layla is barking.
Yeah, that's probably it. I'll be right back.
So far, this one is Azure. Ooh, that's a pretty watercolor. As in tropical water. Yeah, I would definitely... I thought there was a possibility I had enough varnish on the wood, but I think for what I'm looking for, I would put more varnish. That's a really pretty color. Let's see if it, another reason I pulled out the, let's see how different the color is on the wood versus the paper. Now, what I'm seeing is I should have done brush on varnish, not spray varnish. Because where it's darker, that means the varnish didn't get all the way down into the grain. And so that's why it's darker. But that's, as long as you varnish right, the color is actually very comparable to what you would, if you're an artist that uses other papers and whatnot as well. It seems to work. But yes, more varnish. Do brush on varnish, not the spray varnish. The blues seem to really show it the most. And they have a blue set. Now this is indigo. I really like this color, so hopefully it works out. I was actually running out of varnish in my can as I was spraying, so that could also be an issue. See, these are really juicy, as they should be. Indigo is a yes. Let's see here. Bring it over the burning. See, over the burning, it does change color slightly. And that's because the burning has color of its own. And so it's going to influence the color you're putting on top of it. And so I definitely will check to see if these are reactive on the varnish. I really think, looking at it, I should have put more. I thought I was good with 3 coats, but looking at it, I'm going to say no. It should have been more. Alrighty. Purples are another favorite of mine, and this is Violet Blue Deep. So to have a purple that's light fast would be awesome. Yeah. Let's just do it this way. That's a really pretty color. And yes, it's going to look streaky, but using the blenders or a paintbrush or the Q-tip should help with that. Oops. What color is that? Indigo. I already did indigo. Alrighty. Winsor Violet Dioxazine Deep. I haven't looked up. So I'm just trying to get through these so we can check blending and whatnot.
Chris wants to know, do you think Copic or Spectrum Noir would act similarly?
On Copics, the Spectrum Noir, all of those other markers are not light fast. And I will pull out my chart pack. Though it's Xyla whatever.
Xylene?
I can't remember what exactly base the chart pack markers. They don't act quite the same. So we can compare those to these. I'm not trying to not be streaky. I'm just trying to get these laid down quickly so we can see the color. And so far, we've only had 2 colors, and those are green and yellow. I would not use. If I kept working them back and forth and blending them with other colors, they wouldn't be as streaky, but I'm not doing that right now. So that's why they look the way they do. And this one is light magenta blue shade. Yeah, Copics, I actually don't own any Copics or the Spectrum Noir. I would say if you have them, try them. There's no reason not to. But I will show you the difference between these and the chart pack markers. See, that color really changed. Let's see.
So, earlier on, Chris asked if you're getting the markers out of a wooden drawer.
I am.
And I guess she's looking at one with 4 drawers for pencils, which is what
Yep,
you
I have one. Yep, I have 3 drawer, 4 drawer, 2 drawer. Yeah, pastel boxes. I have the markers, the colored pencil. What else? Pastels.
Yeah, you gave me a couple of those.
Yep. Well, I bought a couple for you, and you got paintbrushes and
Yeah, and I got a lot of different things in them, but
am I still in okay.
I'm not as organized as you. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I have to be careful with when I'm combining media, and I understand that you're not really combining media, but you're seeing how these act on wood. And one of the things that I have to be careful of, because I've had issues with it in the past, is if I'm painting on particular surfaces that are not canvas, I have to pay particular attention, like over time, you know, like within the drying time of the acrylic, you know, say within an hour or two. I mean, acrylic dries fast, but within an hour or two, you know, everything's totally dry. But on occasion, I've had the acrylics react with either the surface or with a sealant, and that's caused them to run or to even separate. And I was wondering, because I came back and I'm looking, and I don't know whether it's I'm not feeling well, but has the quality of these changed from when you're first swatching? Like, has the
No, it's just the colors have changed. Also, because each line, and even each square for that matter, has a different amount of varnish because I sprayed. There's going to be a different reaction here and there.
Okay, so
I think I need to retest
that's
these.
just in my head then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also pulled out some workable fixative just to spray on top so we can see what these do when they are sprayed.
Yeah, because that's always a
I
concern.
pulled that out for that very reason. It's just workable fixative. And actually, I kind of need to see what workable fixative looks like over burning as well. Because I've got another thought that I need to see if it works or not. That red is a really pretty red. That is the Winsor Red Deep. It's really pretty. I like that. And this one is Scarlet. And so far, other than the two...
You know, you're so meticulous when it comes to like swatching and testing that maybe you should do a segment called The Art Scientist, because I feel like that's a facet of your personality.
Well, because I don't know that much.
Really?
No.
Chad, do you think she doesn't know that much?
Hey, Stan.
I doubt that.
Not like that. It's not like I can sit there and tell you which color comes from what, other than I know PY is yellow, PR is red, PBK is black.
Mr. Einstein, do you know anything about mathematics? Oh no, I don't know numbers. I dabble.
Well, that's really all I'm doing. I'm looking for the best.
Mr. deGrasse Tyson, do you know anything about the universe? Universe? What's that? I just like stars.
All I'm doing is trying to find the best color media that would work for us without having... The less that we have to do, the better. This one is red henna light.
But you're already doing it.
What do you mean I'm already doing it?
You're like swatching and testing and doing lightfast tests already and seeing how they react.
Yeah, definitely brush on several coats of varnish. I think that will work the best. I would put some on right now, but it's not going to dry in time. So, alrighty, so we got through the colors that I purchased. These are all the extra colors that I bought. I gotta find out about that one. Now, oh, they did send me a color blender. Oh, cool. Got that too. Alrighty. So we got warm gray 6, black, and toner gray 4. So 2 different grays. I really don't want to put those. You know what? I'm going to put these at the bottom because they're not colors that I would tend to use. But I might be surprised. So this is the toner gray 4. Right now, I'm just trying to see what the color looks like. But there. This one is the warm gray 6. I haven't bought like browns and grays because the purpose is to add color to the burning. So I just haven't felt like I needed those colors. Kind of can keep them. So that's warm gray. And this is black.
Lana Goes Art is here.
Hi, Lana. There we go. So these are the colors I have. Oh, you know what? I am going to do the white because I think as long as I can get it cleaned off. Got the purple.
If I missed anybody saying hello, sorry. Going back, Lynette Duval is here, or she was. I don't know if she's still
Lynette,
here.
yeah.
Okay. I believe you said hi to Sheila and Eve and Chris.
I did.
And Jay and Brent and Kyati Patel.
Hi, Kathy. Kathy or?
Kyati.
Kathy. Sorry. Oops.
If I'm pronouncing that right.
Did we decide to call her Kay, if that's okay?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah. I don't remember.
So white for whiskers might actually be an option once it's sealed. For whiskers or highlights that you're not worried about.
I also have a hard time with putting whites on, like titanium white, or those bright whites.
Yeah, this is
for like whiskers and things, because if it's not exactly the same shade, sometimes it can be difficult.
All right. So we had a dry one that I will get taken care of somehow, which was the yellow gold light. But these are the rest of the colors that I have, and you can see where I sealed. Some colors are slightly different. You can really see it in the blues, and they have a blue set if you really like the blues. My Amazon link should show you all the 6 sets that they have available that I could find for you. Some of these colors are really pretty. But I don't know that I would use any of these. Well, the blender maybe, depending on what I'm working on. And it's not like I can't use these for other artworks. You know, so they're not going to go to waste. I just won't use them for pyrography because that color, let's see here, is too not transparent enough for me. And that color.
Yeah, it's more opaque.
Yeah.
Eve had a question a little while back, and she asked, does regular watercolor run on the wood?
As in the wood that I've got sealed?
I
don't think I have it sealed enough because we can see that with the markers.
I think she's talking about just regular watercolor.
Oh yeah, it travels heavily through the grain. So yeah. All right. So let's see here. I was going to do some blending. You okay?
Yeah, I'm on.
So what color should we try for blending? I think. Let's see here. what color can we make? So we got our yellow. That does work well. Lemon yellow. And let's see if we can make a green of our own. So, based on this yellow, this could make a pretty green maybe. And this one is the phthalo teal light. So let's take that down here. Since I won't be getting any more grays or anything like that. And let's see here. There's a couple of different ways to do this. So what I'm going to do is put the paper so you can see it. And it does take longer to dry on the Yupo paper than it does on the wood.
So what is Yupo paper for somebody who doesn't understand?
It's plastic, basically.
Oh.
I mean...
And is Yupo a brand or is
Yes, Yupo is,
okay.
is the brand. Legion makes it. I got this in a Smart Art box. They have white and transparent, and they got several thicknesses. This one is 104 pounds. Reading upside down here. And with this paper, inks, watercolors, markers, apparently you can even use colored pencil on it. The pigment sits on the top. That is the main thing with it. So
Lena wants to know what's the third color on the upper row. Oh, that's the one that you
This
didn't
one
do.
was dry. I'm going to have to get it replaced.
So there is nothing
There is nothing there. I left that to get that replaced and be able to put it on there once I get it back. So
because Lana said it looks like there's nothing there.
You're right. There's
Correct.
nothing there. So blending colors. Let's see here. What I'm going to try to do is try to pick it up. You know what? I'm going to dry this brush. Because I want to see if I can use a paintbrush to mix it. And then if I maybe dip a little bit into the denatured alcohol, I'm trying to find a drop. Can I paint it onto the wood? Technically, I can, but it's not very bright. Let's see here. But it is doable. Can change the color a little bit. Now, if I put this directly on the wood, let's see. That's closer to the emerald green with it being transparent. That's something. I'm just going to put that in water. The other thing I wanted to see if it will do careful. If I can stay put. No. I'm having a meltdown. Alright, blue. That's what I needed. Let's see here. I don't want to get it too blue.
Dr. Odo Connell.
Hey, Odo.
Is this my imagination or is the doctor part new?
It's new.
Okay.
I don't know if she recently obtained her degree. I've been so busy, I haven't really talked to nobody. I feel so bad.
Paulo is here as well.
Hey, Paulo. Alright, so this is the colorless blender. And what I'm trying to do is use the blender tip to mix and see if I can pick it up. Which I can, but in doing that, it reactivated. Alright, let's try it over here. Not as dark. Okay, so blending doesn't do as well as in putting it on the paper, picking it up, and moving it over there. So, let's see if I can do any decent mixing. Again, I would definitely seal your wood a lot better. I thought I did a good job, but looks like not enough. I'm going to put this over the yellow. And in doing this, I do get a darker green. If I take the blender, they don't mark the ends on necessarily. The chisel end has the color number on it. And to wipe it off, just wipe it off on a piece of paper. Probably be quicker if I did it on that. There we go. And then blend. Let's see here. There is a little bit of a learning curve with these. And since I have not sat and played with these, I have not learned yet. I will link up Lisa's video. Let's do a big one. She's been working with these more now. Lisa Lockery. And see if that... That yellow is really juicy. Surprisingly enough, it's overpowering the blue.
You used chat when you said juicy last time.
Oh, did I? Clean off, clean off. See, I'm all green right now.
What the heck?
What?
I just... it's me being sick, I think.
Why? What did I do?
I just heard something.
I'm like, clean off, and I'm hitting the... Trying to get the pen to go back to blue.
For some reason, it sounded like it was a recording. I was freaking out.
I can see why. No, I spent some alcohol on my counter. I wiped it up.
Not on drugs.
Not anything good, anyway.
No.
I see here. I don't think that's damp enough. So let's try. I'm trying to take the lid back off of what I just spilt, and I'm going to use a Q-tip. Just a little bit. I got it over there.
Chat was saying, actually, Cian was saying that like markers are one of those mediums that you need a lot of because they don't blend well.
These, though, that's one of the purposes with these markers is, in theory, they do you need less colors with these because you can blend colors together differently than the Copics.
I see.
But because I'm doing this on wood, I'm a little more limited, I think. I'm trying to definitely need to varnish better. And instead of wasting marker, I think I'm going to quickly spray workable fixative to see how it reacts, and then see if I can go back over it with some more marker.
So Eve wants to know about the Yupo sheet. Since it's not absorbent, can you wash it back to white?
Paper towel. Let's see what happens. It's wet.
So Cian likes math so much that she's been thinking maybe she wants to get a doctorate in math.
I know, that hurts your brain. You're not a math person. Not fully white, but it does go.
Not fully white, just like me.
Let's see here. I've got some alcohol on here. Let's see here. Alcohol pulls it up better. Actually, it looks like alcohol. See, I wish I could burn on this because then there's like so many other different looks I can get. But this is plastic. Don't burn on plastic.
Yeah.
Alright, so some alcohol.
We're buffering.
I don't see buffering.
That's okay. We're past it.
We're past it. Alright, so alcohol. It doesn't look like they go back to the white. With watercolor, I believe a lot of the Yupo paper does go back to white. with this. It does not appear that it fully does with either water or alcohol.
Art scientist Valarie.
Well, she asked.
You know.
I'm trying to find out. Because I don't know. This is just water. Seeing if I can get like more water on the paper. Okay, so now it does not fully go back to white on here. So I would not expect it to go fully, depending on the color, I would not expect it to go fully back to white or clear on the wood. That was a really good question because we needed to see that. All right. So I was going to spray fixative.
Are you gonna get high?
And this is just Krylon workable fixative.
We're gonna get high.
Sealive. Problem is, you gotta shake it a lot. The garage door is open. You want me to go stand over there and spray?
No, that's okay.
No, I'll go do that. Well, they can look at some of the colors, and you talk to them, and I'll quickly spray this.
I'm supposed to talk to them?
You're supposed to talk to them.
I'm in charge.
I'm just moving away from your breathing direction because I know you're trying to get sick. I don't want you sick. You're gonna have to get closer to the microphone. There you go.
Paulo says math was his first love.
Ew.
I don't know about that, Paulo.
Hurts my brain. Hurts my brain. Now, simple math, I'm really quick at. Algebra and up, I'm pretty much screwed. Algebra, I did good in college algebra. Alright, here we go.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, it says Chanel Valves in a haze of spray.
Well, I also need to see how this looks. If it goes clear over a burning,
It's
this
getting
opens
foggy
more
over
options.
there.
Alright. Well, it is not running with the fixative. Whew. Strongly smelling. I'm gonna up the fan since I'm not burning.
Okay. Yeah, I can smell it.
I know. You want me to cut this video?
No, it's okay. We'll see what happens.
I guess it could be interesting. Here. What's funny is that workable fixative was stronger than my varnish.
If the stream gets quiet and you hear like 2 loud
Thumps.
thuds, call 911.
For Flagstaff. Not that they would know where to go.
Exactly. Tell them that somewhere in Flagstaff, 2 artists.
No, I have it airing out. Alright, so I sprayed these with the workable fixative, did a pretty heavy layer on it. They did not run. Let's see real quick if I can reactivate. And I just sprayed the whole thing. I didn't protect certain areas. There is something I want to test while it's got it on there though. It looks like workable fixative. I might have another idea. Alright, so let's see here. We'll take this one. This one's kind of dark. It is not reactivating under the workable fixative. Oh, no. I am wrong. It needs more fixative. Look at that. It came off.
Oh.
So it needs more spray. Ah, that sucks. Okay.
Robin Shorts here.
Hey, Robin. Let's clean this off. I hate having to clean this way because I always feel like I'm wasting so much marker. I'll take care of that later. Alright, so we know, even with workable fixative, it will I'm wondering if the fixative reacted to the alcohol.
I wonder if chat can tell the difference in you now that you've inhaled some fixative.
No, I'm thinking.
You're so much more talkative.
I'm thinking. I know. I think this blender.
I think
This marker reactivated or lifted this fixative. Because it says it's for pencils, pastels, and chalk. Does not say marker.
Let me see it real quick. I'm looking at the ingredients.
There's something I want to check though.
Barrow Mosienko is here.
Hey, bro.
Let's see what's in here.
I need a color
I'm
pencil.
a safety professional, actually. So let's see. Acetylene, toluene, toluene. Oh, okay. So here's the issue here.
It did look.
There is a alcohol derivative in here, and
okay, it broke it down.
so that is reacting with your
Gotcha.
stuff.
There's something I want to check. Sorry, guys, I'm checking.
Vapors will accumulate readily and ignite explosively. I got a funny story about a potato can that I made. But that's for another time.
Yeah, I want to check something. Because I put workable fixative on the wood, what I want to know, since we're already here, is this color pencil apply better. It doesn't cloud the burning, so... And I just grabbed pencils. These are the Karen Dosh Pablo.
So, Beryl wants to know. Well, she's not talking to you, but
I'm not talking to you.
that's not what she wants you to know, though. She's talking to Chris. See, this is what the fixative's doing to me. Is that
I want to talk to you.
She says is Val doing all kinds of color techniques so we don't get to see the secret pen?
No, the secret pen's not ready. I'm sorry. Well, it's not that it's not ready. I did show it. It was in the video. It got shown. Actually, okay, so this is raw wood where I sprayed fixative. So what I need to find is wood that I did not spray fixative on to see if it looks any different. May have to spray it more. I mean, I can feel the fixative on here. Let's see, test. Yeah, I can feel the fixative on here. But I was curious to see if once we applied, maybe the fixative needs to dry. That just pulled it up. That just pulled up something. I don't know if it's the fixative or if it's the varnish.
Well, no, that's that. No, Chris and Cian are screaming secret pin.
That's the varnish. Shoot. All the secret pin is...
So you can actually show them?
Well, yeah, because it's in the video.
Oh,
Well, maybe not. Did they watch the video?
Yeah,
Did they watch the Bobcats?
Hang on, slow down there. Slow down there, workable fixative girl.
He needs more. Needs more. Did they see it?
It doesn't count. It was a speed video.
Okay,
So
but it was
apparently she
on
did.
there.
So apparently she did watch it. I think you should throw them a bone.
Do you want to see the cats? Ow.
No, I'm pretty sure they want to see the secret pin, not the cat. What cat? Caps.
The cats.
Oh.
I finished the cats.
I don't think they're going to let it go because now they're screaming secret pin over and over again. You gotta show them.
I gotta show them.
Yeah, don't.
I finished the Bobcats. It's probably hard to tell in this light though.
It's not hard to tell. There's a little glare on the whiskers.
Yeah.
You can't see the whiskers.
There we go. There we go. I got the kitties done. I might go back over the whiskers with some ink. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. I already submitted them to It's Elemental. So I'll show. My goodness.
Yeah.
Get all grumpy butts. Alrighty. Okay, fine. All it is, and though I still, I asked Pat to do a little bit of change, and haven't talked to him, so I don't know if he's done it yet. So, the pen that I had modified was the 17 Corsair. And if you notice, let's see here. There we go. It's the 17 Corsair. And since I do animal fur so much, and I needed the pen to be able to curve more than this one will because of the length of it, of this part, I asked Pat to modify it so that I can get a better curve when I'm burning. So that's all it is, though I have asked Pat to go, if he's trying to go sharp with this end right here, so that when I touch down to make fur, I'm not getting a blunt start. I'm wanting a sharp start, and I need to test this for calligraphy. In theory, this pen should curve more. So that's all it was. Now they're probably disappointed, aren't they?
Are you sure that's the secret pins?
Yes, these are the secret pins.
All right.
I'm not kidding. These are the secret pins.
Hang on, let me look.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
These are the secret pins.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
See?
Yep.
See? The secret pins. Let me see if I can find the tubes. See? Modified Corsair pen.
Okay.
See?
All right. Well,
See?
Guess that's done then.
I told you it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, but...
And I do a lot of fur. So if you put those two together... See, Chris did see that in the video. Haha. Told you. So still trying to modify it to what I'm really wanting from the pen. So that's why it's not ready yet.
Dr. Connell has a question.
Yes.
Why do you need to spray it with a fixative?
I wanted to see because water will react. These markers, let me see here. Just to show that they'll react, I'll put this one. Let's see if we can see when I... So I'm going to let it dry for a second. And then I'll show you what happens when water drops on it. And accidents happen. And on top of that, all of my pieces, when I burn all of them that are on wood, I varnish them. And I needed to be able to see if anything wet touching the markers would make them run. That's the main reason why I quickly sprayed them. Was just to see if they would run when they got hit with a spray. So, oh, I pulled a water bottle, so why don't we use that?
So Beryl wants to know, are you going to put the secret pen beside the Bobcat?
No.
And chat is very thankful that you showed that.
Yeah, Nick to Bob in.
So,
is that what Beryl wanted?
I guess.
I'm covered.
And Beryl has a question: is the wire itself more rounded than the 17M?
Let's see here. Rounded in profile, yes. Edgewise, because this is a V, meaning the wire has been, if you look at it this way, it's a V, so that it comes to a point. it looks like... Do they have a bone?
No.
What is that noise?
I don't know.
Dogs are chewing on
I'll
something.
go check.
It looks like it's the same angle. It's still a V. I'm just checking to see if it's just as... Those are the... There you go. That's the difference right now. I wanted this one a little smaller so that when I burn, so while I was burning, I could get more of a twist to my wrist without the tip kind of getting caught on the grain. This one does better, I think, for straight lines. But when I want curved lines, this works better because it's a smaller footprint, which makes it easier to carve. So that's what I was looking for. So for bear fur, I would use the modified because a lot of the fur is kind of curved. It has a wave to it, and that's just easier. The footprint's the same, so you're going to get the same thinness of wire. I'm trying to think. I'll see if my scratch board has any. I'm just adding water to see how it reacts. But I wanted to keep the raw wood from getting wet. So, doing that.
Did you already see
There we go.
Beryl's question?
That's on the...
Bear fur?
Yeah, I already answered there. So that's just water on top of... not sure if I sprayed workable fixative there. Actually, I think I missed that area. So that is why I wanted to see, because color does come off. This one has workable fixative on it. It doesn't come off as much. I pushed harder. So that's that. Let's see here. So, if I was to use these, how would I use them? Based on what we're getting. Let's see here. What color was this one? Mauve. So this has got the workable fixative on it. Let's see. If it comes out darker. It's a little less streaky. You know what? I'm not going to use this color.
Sian says, so when I get the Optima in a faraway future, I want one secret pin with it.
Let's see here. So this is the emerald that I know. So I'm letting it dry. I mean, it's still opaque in the scheme of things, but letting it dry and then going back over with the marker seems, let's see here. This one, so this one seems to smooth it out better. Now that was the phthalo teal, right? Let's see here. I still got green on it. That sucks. There's gotta be an easier way to clean these off. At least for swatches, if you're working on a project, I could see it being different.
So
I'm trying to see if I can...
So we have about 24 more minutes left.
Okay.
So what are your conclusions here?
That I needed more varnish we started off good, but then when we got to the darker colors, further down, I need more varnish on the wood. Swatch out your colors first to see what is opaque, because these are not labeled as transparent, or it doesn't have a rating as to what the transparency is. So in order to know that, you're going to have to swatch. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see, I'm trying to as quickly as I can as to what the best way to use these would be. Because color-wise, if you varnished really well, let's see how much that shifts, because that's like super bright. Let's see how much it shifts once it dries. I really like that color.
Cyan's taken off.
Bye, Cyan. Let's see here. Let me see if I can fix this one, since this is the one that I reactivated the workable fixative. Is that the right color? It don't look like the right color, does it? How do my colors get mixed up? Is that the right color? It don't look like the right color. That looks like the right color. Ah, shoot. So what would be the right color?
Oh my god, stop saying right color.
Well, it's not the right color!
No, stop saying it. It's a workable fixative.
Let's see here, for some reason, why does that look beat up? Okay, this is indigo.
Well, it looks beat up.
The tip looks beat up. There we go. I don't know if it's from placing the cap back in, because if you notice the cap is smaller inside. And I'm trying to be careful, but it seems...
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Exactly. Alright. So I gotta keep my colors together. And that way I can mark them. See, that one is fine. That would be the correct color. Right now I want to see the shift. How much is this going to shift with the second coat with workable fixative on it? Let's see what we get. It should dry rather quickly. Since it is on the wood. It's going to dry quicker on the wood than it is on the Yupo.
Are you getting any other reactions? Like, is it like getting gummy or anything?
No. Gosh, that's a beautiful purple. Look at that. If it stayed that color,
yeah.
Isn't that pretty? No, I don't seem to be getting a reaction.
Because I was thinking, like, it could be something, because you said the tip was beat up. It could be reacting to something in the fixative.
It could, but I didn't.
Because it does have acetone in it. The fixative.
See where it's at. It could be the wood also is grabbing the felt where it was raw. That could do it too. Which would be another reason to have your board sealed. If these colors stay this bright on a second coat, it would so be worth it. So all I'm doing is waiting to see. That's a little sticky. That color hasn't shifted. It looks like a second coat of the jewel tone colors. Right here and here and here. Those stay a lot brighter, and that also has the workable fixative on it. So
Are any of the other tips getting damaged?
Pick a color. Let's see here. I really like this color.
Like the couple back that you use. Like, what about the purple?
The purple?
You just used.
I just used.
Well, the blue.
The blue.
Blue, purple, whatever.
Oh my god.
I don't know. When you said that was really nice.
Yeah, that's this one.
Check that tip. Any damage to it?
No.
Okay. So it might be just that one tip. It might be a quality control issue.
Could be.
Did you notice it the first time you used it? Like.
I think it's how I put the cap on. You have to be really careful. Even Lisa said she damaged one of these pins because of how she put the lid in.
Okay.
Or the pin in. So it is possible that that's what happened, that I damaged it based on how I was recapping it. So I would be careful with that. So I really like this red. I would definitely use this red. I think I would use these. It's going to take prepping the wood. Mind you, I didn't sand this wood either. So I'm guessing sanded wood, which would also take the varnish better. Using, even if you did a couple layers of spray varnish and then a brush on, or a brush on and then a spray, that way it was smoother. I think that these would work really well. They're drying a lot quicker than I expected. And with the second layer, they are not shifting like the first layer next to it. So let's see, this one's a really light color. Let's see if it actually brightens up because there's a second layer. See, that would be something to know too, because if you're trying to mix colors and going over areas, you don't want to have to keep going over it. So that color does come out brighter on the second layer. I think the workable fixative's helping. What I can do is test. What was the color? I'll do this one. Because I sprayed fixative. I think there should be fixative right here. So we'll see if it applies any different. Feels a little smoother, to be honest with you. I would say the fixative helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. Excuse me. Based on what I'm seeing, this is the same color. There should be some fixative on this side. And it looks...
Do you think the fixative actually helped overall? Because it looks darker.
Well, darker is where the wood is raw.
Oh.
This right here is where the wood is sealed.
Yeah, but it still looks a little darker. Well, no, I guess it looks about the same.
It's kind of hard. Actually, this, to me, it's hard because of the lighting. Let me see. Cut one of these off. Oh, that was already off. Let's see if we can get it better. Maybe.
Let's turn on all the lights.
Let's see if we can get it better. Okay. It looks like where the fixative was, it did take a little bit more pigment. But I'm doing it this way, you guys can see the pigment's a little better.
Well, that makes sense because the pigment is going to have kind of a tooth to it.
Yeah. So, my final thoughts on it, I'm gonna get some more, I think. I know that I'm going to have to be careful with some of the greens. So let's see here. So based on what's going on with, say, the emerald green, what pigments? We got PG7 and PY74. That PY74 If I remember right, it's yellow ochre. Oh, thank you. Who am I saying thank you to?
Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Sorry, I couldn't see it on my screen. Thank you. PY74 is yellow ochre, if I remember right. And that is a semi-opaque color, which is why this yellow gold, the first number is PY74. And this yellow gold is more opaque than the green. And that is why. So if you can stay away from colors that have PY74, which means, does this one have it? The one that didn't work? It does. So this one that doesn't work would also be semi-opaque. Thank you so much, Chris.
So yeah, thank you very much. So very, very much. So PY74?
PY74 markers.
Stay away from it.
Based on my test right here, yes. If you're using it for pyrography, I would not buy any markers with the PY74 in it. Also, and I don't know if any of my markers, I'm guessing not because of what we got here. Are they seeing the colors okay? Because it's kind of dark for me.
Okay, I'm seeing them all right.
I'm trying to see and keep those in order. Okay, you know what? Gray might be a good example. I'm wondering if there's any white. PBK. Violet 73. PY74. And that is in the warm gray, which is this one.
So what is that PY74 doing?
It's yellow. That's yellow ochre. The pigment PY74 is yellow ochre.
Okay, but what is it?
It is making things less transparent. It does the same thing in watercolors. Now, I'm not seeing it as much because that tells me, because this one's not as opaque, this one has less of the PY74 in it, but that color right there is one of the main colors in it, and it is covering the burning. Same with the emerald. So that is what I'm just looking to see if there's any more colors.
See? Science.
Well, these are things that if you do, you want to buy these markers. They are not cheap markers. So you want to buy these markers, but you don't want to get stuck like I have with two markers that I cannot use. Or, I mean, technically, yes, I can use them, but I won't on my burning. Then that's two other markers that I could buy in other colors.
So Eve has a comment, but I'm not sure what it means. It needs some clarifying.
Oh, PY42. Oh, that's yellow ochre. Okay, what's 74 then? Because that is the problem. Yeah, I flipped them. That's what I did. Sorry, Eve. What is it? Can be transparent. Bummer they didn't. What is PY74? I'm going to look it up real quick since I already screwed it up once. Don't want to do it again.
Well, we know whatever it is that makes things more opaque.
Based on what we're looking at, yeah. PY74. Let's see what yellow that is. It's a yellow, which I already knew that. Is that Hansa yellow? That's odd.
Eve says aerolite yellow.
Is that aerolite yellow? Okay. Yep, it's right there on the top. So that is what's causing. I would say that's what's causing my issue. So, unfortunately, that color can be anywhere. I would think that it's going to be in the oranges. We know it's in at least one of the earth tones. Actually, two of the earth tones. You're right here, the yellow golds. We know that it's in at least one of the warm grays. So I'm going to guess it's in all six of them in some form. Yellow green. I don't have that one. Green gold was clear, right? That's olive green. Let's see here. Green gold does not have it. Olive does not have it. So those greens are safe. See that, and the hard thing is even buying these up in stock on Amazon, the links that I looked at and where I purchased mine, you don't see the color number. That may not be true, actually. I just realized something.
So, Dr. Connell.
Just Otto.
She didn't become an evil doctor to be called, just because.
Who said she's an evil doctor? Can she not be a evil good doctor or a good evil doctor or a good doctor?
I'm just paraphrasing. Okay.
Okay, what'd you say?
Handprint comms says Iolite Yellow PY74 is a lightfast to impermanent, semi-opaque, moderately staining, light-valued, intense yellow pigment.
There you go. That's why it's covering the burning.
And Eve says the pigment brigade is here.
Yes, they are.
And Dr. Otokono says #pigment nerds.
Yes, they are. What I'm looking at is I'm trying to pull up to see the link that I used for OpenStock that's on my influencers page. If in each one of those descriptions, if that tells you further down as to whether or not what the pigments are in each color. And since I just did order a marker this morning, we can check that. It was 98 cents.
It says she. I know Dr. Otokano is a she. Did I say he?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, that's a workable fixive. I know that Dr.
He gets really
is a she.
Yeah, he gets really affected by. Alright, so this is the color.
It's possible.
Let's see if it tells me.
It's not going to talk to you.
It's not going to talk to me. Nope. Doesn't look like it's going to talk to me. I was hoping with each color that's picked, it would tell you what the pigment is in the marker. I got this by Googling the Winsor Newton pigment marker lightfast chart, but it shows on their website, which is windsornewton.com. There's got to be some place that they have listed the pigments, because that'd be kind of shitty not to. And yeah, I said
what
it.
You said. You know what? You cursed earlier too.
Well, yeah,
you cursed like 3 times so far.
Oh, your poor ears. I'm trying to think where I could find the pigment number. If I was going to buy these and actually pay attention to the pigment number, which I did not do this time, and I should have, where would I look for that information? That's what I'm trying to figure out, so that anybody else who wants to look at these markers, if they want to check before they go spending the money.
Because that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, and I know that I don't know if emerald or let's see here. I'm gonna mark these. So I know emerald is not transparent. I know yellow gold is not, which means yellow gold light is not, because I have that one too. That's not working. I'm gonna have to go through my list and just mark them off that I know. Let's see here real quick. I know I've gotten off track, but I want everybody to be able to find the information if they're interested. Okay, .com. Let's see here. Oh, so it was also the warm gray. Number 6, I believe it is.
Eve just put a link in the chat for Winsor Newton.
Awesome.
I am having problems talking.
And you were giving me a hard time. Sorry,
So
I
sorry.
asked you if it was okay.
Sorry, Dr. Otokono, again. That
Did you?
I must have. Robin says I said she, but it may have sounded like
He may have slurred it.
I may have slurred it.
Oh, okay. So, in conclusion, I'm going to wrap this up, especially since you're getting stoned in here.
I'm alright.
You're alright?
But
You're going to stick to
I
that?
am sweating, which is a byproduct of inhaling too much for me.
Yeah, you have a bad reaction. Okay, so this is their site for the pigment markers. And it looks like, should I be able to see?
Bro wants to know if you're going to list the ones without the PY74 in your supply list.
I don't know, but I just found a link on the Winsor Newton's page, and I'll link it down in the description after the live. You can click on any one of the colors. So let's see here. Emerald, which we already know. That's why I can check it right here. When you click on it, it tells you what the pigment number is. So that's one that I would recommend staying away from. Let's see here. Let's pick another color. And then we'll wrap it up. Maybe.
Oh my god, I just realized that Dr. Otokono is Dr. OK. She's a super villainous.
That one
Like Dr. No. Instead of Dr. No, we have Dr. OK.
Yes. So this orange is safe.
There's nothing in the coffee barrel. It's a
spray
in the air.
Where did it go?
It's
What?
right here.
Are you sniffing
I'm
the
not
can?
sniffing it.
This is what's getting him kind of messed up. Alright, one more.
It's not my fault.
It's not your fault. Let's see here. So you can go on to their website, windsornewton.com, click on pigment marker, and then under the description it had, let's see if I can get back to it. So you click on pigment marker. Let's make it bigger. Come on. And then when I clicked on it, it brought this up. So the color chart. And then you can go around and click on any of the colors that you like, that you're interested in. But that way I would check first. So we know PY74 can be an issue. So let's mark that down. PY74. It does not look like a Y. Let's make it look like a Y. Y. There we go. Grab my wrong marker.
Yeah, Beryl says it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's true.
I'm retired. Doesn't matter.
Let's see here. Sap green is a color I like. So let's see if it's safe. Yep, I can do sap green. So that's the easiest way to go through. If you're buying the markers open stock, I didn't look at the colors in the set that I have linked down in the description. Oh boy.
Sorry.
What?
I was just thinking, you said Set, and I was just imagining the Egyptian god Set.
No.
And he's obsessed with color swatching. And that's the Egyptian god of color swatching.
Not this time. Let's see here. I'm going to look real quick. This is one of the sets that I had recommended that's linked down below. It's the Vibrant Tones. So,
It's not a band.
it looks like all of those are safe.
The Vibrant Tones.
So under the Vibrant Tones, if you want to try the 6 set,
Live at the Pepsi Amphitheater.
I got to get him out of my studio.
Oh my God.
These colors are safe.
I'm sweating.
I know you're sweating. They have multiple sets.
My arm's so cold.
Because you're trying to get sick, love.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Maybe.
Okay. Let's see here. So, skin tones, I'd probably say no to skin tones that may have...
Just say no to skin tones.
Just say no to skin tones for your pyrography. The rich tones, let's see what they got. Let's see what colors those are.
I don't like rich tones because,
yellow.
Because they're snobs.
Let's see here. Emerald, so I would say no to the rich tones because the emerald's in there. I did not check the Winsor Yellow Deep. So that's already one marker that you're going to have an issue with on covering up your burn. Let's see here.
5 colors for $20?
Yeah, well, it also comes with the blender.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, these are not cheap markers. I am making no Winsor Deep. I'm not hiding that fact. These are not, they're not cheap markers. But you're paying for that light fastness. Yellow Deep. Alright. Yellow Deep. So that color's safe. So in the vibrant, in the jewel tones, was that what it's called? Rich tones? I know that that color.
Eve has to go.
Yeah, I gotta get going too. I gotta get you out of here. So that's how I would check.
Get me out of here.
I'm trying to get you out of here. So that's how I would check the colors if there's a set you're interested in. You can quickly check the colors and see. I know all the blues should be safe as long as they're not any green base. The blues should be fine, which I have 1, 2, 3.
You gotta have some life experience to use the blues.
I have at least 4 of the colors. I do like the blues. So, anyway, we got any other questions?
Likes the blues so much. You wrote a song about it. Want to hear it?
I gotta put this guy to bed. Probably feeding first. He does not do good with. Yeah, you don't do good with any of this varnish or.
Says you.
Shows you.
That's hearsay and slander, good
okay, woman. We are done. Done. If we don't have any more questions.
I object.
You can object all the way to the bedroom.
Perchance to infringe upon my character.
Chair locked.
I think I did that by accident.
Did you lock my chair?
By accident, yes.
So that I couldn't move?
No.
You did, didn't you?
I'm not that kind of...
Okay, guys. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I am going to go ahead and put this guy to bed. I would look at buying the markers if you're interested. Varnish the heck out of your wood so that it doesn't soak in. Happy burning, guys. Bye.